When we talk about growth in our profession, you can sort of see from the IPA figures that the 2005, 2008 run was a tremendous one. I think there's a new definition of growth, and you can see the projection here of 7.1% for 2009. I think we've got to look at growth in three ways. First is the obvious, and that's organic. And you call organic whatever you want: new clients, new services, existing services to existing clients, raising billing rates, making money unrelated to time, all the different things that we would seem to do. But I would tell you, when I reflect back on the last 5 years, that the firms that just hit the ball out of the park, they seem to move much more aggressive in two other areas. And they all come under the firm growth category. One would be mergers and acquisitions. I mean, if you think about what is actually going on in our market today, there is a merger frenzy independent of the recession. I don't have the exact AICPA numbers anymore, but I know at one time there were 47,000 firms. I think there's around 42,000 firms. I think that number is going to go below 40,000 firms. And guess what? It's not because the AICPA is raising their dues too quickly. It's because the firms are disappearing. And you know what's going on. It's succession planning. I'm assuming my audience today is virtually all acquirers as opposed to acquirees. And I would tell you that there just remains a tremendous growth opportunity. If you put it a little bit in perspective and you think about some trends, in the year 1999, the top 100 firms, the 100th firm annual revenue, $6.5 million. How many here today are bigger than $6.5 million? Virtually all of us in the room. To get in the top 100 today, the 100th firm just cracked 30 million. And if you reflect on that and sort of take inflation out of that for a moment, what was the phenomenon? The phenomenon was that I think a lot of firms woke up and said there's more than one way to grow this business. Mergers and acquisitions can be a great way to get talent, expand geographically, open up new service lines, et cetera. And the third pillar of growth after organic and mergers and acquisitions, lateral talent. And we'll talk more about that later today. Do you know there's been more movement of lateral talent from the big four firms in the last 5 years than probably the last 50? I mean, if you really think about what's gone on. How many have had success stories of moving laterals from the national firms or mega regionals into your firms? Yeah, it works. It works. If they can adapt to your culture, if they can do half of what they say they can do in the interview, it's a model that really can make a lot of sense.